been planning this this thing. It was just silly. It was just very silly. Right, so I'm on my mouse today rather than controller because we are going to be playing Strange Antiquities. Now, Strange Horticulture is in it is in my top 10 games of all time. So, the moment I saw they were doing another one, I was very, very excited. I do not know how long this is going to be. I don't know how much of a demo it is. I don't know how much it's going to reveal. But if you didn't join us when we were playing Strange Horticulture, it's like a mystery cozy game where you are solving a mystery about your local area and going around finding plants. So in Strange Horticulture, you own a plant shop. Sorry, I've got too many headsets here and they're interfering with each other. And a herbalist, and you are giving people plants based on what they're asking for, and you have a reference book. And it was like a classification game, and I really, really loved it. And you're also finding out about your community and investigating a murder. And it's just a really clever, simple to navigate point and click. So we're going to do this today, and then we will either finish Cocoon afterwards or do a bit more achievement hunting in Symphonia, because I'm still stuck on that section. But I'm very excited about this. I'm just eating a wrap, so forgive me chomping. The other thing I loved about this game is that absolutely everything on the screen could be zoomed in on. And the text was really nice and big. I found it really accessible. Cool. I'm going to turn the auto labeling on. So when you've guessed something correctly, it automatically writes on it what it is. In the other game, you had the choice of whether getting something right labeled it, or you typed in the labels yourselves. But I'm hoping that that'll be sufficient. I actually don't want that. Ideally, the zoom would be on my scroll wheel, but so much for that. Easy read fonts. There we go. Middle mouse, magnifying glass. Perfect. Oh, that wasn't exit from the menu, that was exit the thing. Bollocks. Forgive me. But I am excited about this. And there's no... Oh, there is music in the menu. Cool. Hello, Lisa. Happy birthday, my darling. How are you? Thank you so much for subbing. Thank you. That's huge. I appreciate you. Thank you. I hope you're having a lovely day. As Thaumaturge's apprentice, there's a lot to learn. I'm glad you're chilling. This is a very chill game. Well, I'm hoping it is. Every object must be treated with care, and it is important to identify the harmful from the harmless, the potent from the mild. It was only supposed to be a temporary arrangement when Eli left the shop, Strange Antiquities in my hand. None of us knew by then that the pendulum was already swinging with a terrible certainty that could not be stopped. The ravens were an omen, a circling unkindness of black wings and cheerless cries that seemed even then to signal the start of a rising dread. Interestingly, they used the words rising dread because that was the name of the evil entity in Strange Horticulture. So I'm wondering if it's the same monster, which will be interesting. I'm going to use the mouse rather than the arrow keys. Now, in the first one, the bell allowed you to go to the next customer, but we have to pet the cat first because that was an achievement in the last game too. And he makes a cute purry noise. Right, there's lots of badly organised stuff I can see already. I've not got this system. And can I move them freely or not? Yes, I can. So I already want to reorganise this because it feels messy. So we're going to have a system. We're going to put all the necklaces in one section. Because that feels sensible. Now, is this one here longer than the one on the other side? It might be. So let's just do this. The game's not even started, but I just want to be able to find things. Fancy that, being able to find things. Now, are these free? Well, they are kind of automatically lining up. That's cool. Oh my god, I love the music. Put the two plants up here. That's another totem thing. There's another one of these over here. And what is that? Just looks like a branch to me. Totem things together, do we think? Another totem thing. Okay, now we've got everything squished onto the main screen. I think we do now. Brilliant. Okay, so day one. Eli. I've been called away to assist in an urgent matter in Ravenglass and must leave at once. I'm leaving the shop in your care with some reluctance, I might add. Yeah, I know, we're not very trustworthy, are we? Make use of the reference materials. Here, take this. If in doubt, study it carefully. The index might be useful. Remember, there are some powerful artifacts here. Under no circumstances should you seek entry to any locked doors, drawers, or cupboards. In fact, safest not to touch anything at all. I should be back in a few days. Okay, let's... How do we open the book? Archive. Archive usually was where you put letters and maps that you'd already used and didn't need again in the last game. And this is our information bank about the characters. Okay. There are the weights for the scales. Okay. Now how do I look at the book? Here? Oh, I don't know what that is. Okay. Interesting. I need to stop fiddling. He just told me not to fiddle with anything. But I'm fiddling. How do I open the book? That's weird. Why can't I figure out how to open the book? Can I put them away? Oh, I can slide them across. Okay, that'll do. Please tell me like that. There we go. A guide to occult objects. And here's the contents page. And the search index. Oh, this looks interesting and complex and detailed. So this is everything that we've got in the shop, I guess. So, for instance, these Selenic totems, or Selenic, if they're based on the goddess Selene, of course. No, carved totems known as moon hearts, imbued with a sentiment or feeling, such as love or joy, and then held tightly to recall that feeling. Sometimes feature crescent shapes associated with both the Selenic and Noctic disciples. Yeah, the disciples of Selene and Nocta. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have connection to either the moon or the night. Now, I think that is referring to these things here, because they look like totems to me. Anyway. Congratulations. Today is the day you meet the great Thomas Pope, me. I'm a man of two loves, fresh mountain air and a little white dog called Hamish. If you'd be so kind, I'm looking for a replacement for my hunter's boon. Okay, use that click on items to inspect them. Move the cursor over different parts of the object to inspect it. Okay, so it's made of, hang on, colour and composition. It's made of clay. It's textured. It has no smell. And I don't pick up any psychic energy from it. Okay. Right. So he wants a hunter's boon. So we should look at the book. See what it says. No, not like that. Like this. Or look in the contents. Primitive item. They grant power of the predator, enhancing perception and agility, made from trophies taken from slain beasts. with those from the deadliest predators being the most prized. They're simple items without embellishment. What do we think? Which of these do we think could be a hunter's boon? It's got to be this, surely. But it's made of clay though. Whereas something that's carved would make more sense. Or that thing that's made of an antler. Is this made of an antler? No. It says it's simplistic. And a kind of trophy, almost. Primitive item. Made from trophies taken from slain beasts. So it could be like it could be a tooth maybe, or I'm still thinking antlers. I can't stop. Is that it? Hi Jess, darling, how are you? We're just playing this demo for Strange Antiquities, which is the sequel to Strange Horticulture. That's one of my favourite games. This gentleman has just come into our shop asking for a hunter's boon, which I've looked up in the book, and it says it is a primitive item made from a hunting trophy, which I was just thinking could be like antlers, could be... What else do people take as a trophy from hunting? I see the tooth is really speaking to me. What is this? That's just a stone, is it? No, a dark wood. Oh, wooden stone. Okay. This is the first bloody thing. How am I so stumped by the first activity on the first day? Oh, I'm sorry you've had a fight with your sister. How was your Father's Day? Did you speak to your dad? Or is that what you fought about? Actually, you don't need to tell me on Twitch. Jess, I'm here for you if you need anything. I'm sorry. That's very, assumptuous. But I care about you. Okay, I'm just petting the cat to help me think. Unless this is teaching you what happens when you guess wrong and we actually haven't got a suitable item for him. It's just, this is like the example. I think it could... That wasn't the item I'm looking for. I should slow down and think this through more carefully. Okay, in which case go with the tooth. The thing that looks like a tooth. Yes, it was right. This is a tiger's tooth, a trophy from a predator. On close inspection, gives you a sensation of power. Right, so we got it right. I just was testing the water. Okay. And now it should automatically be identified with a label. Yeah, perfect. These somewhat macabre objects were originally made as offerings to the goddess Caution, but the practice fell out of favour as beliefs waned. They're hard to come across now, but they're occasionally sought out for their ability to keep vermin at bay. Some say that they can hear Caution's unearthly hiss when they hold an ossic ring up to their ear. So this is a new piece of information to be added to the book. Oh, Jess, I am sorry. Oh, Jess, I'm sorry.
Hello, sweetie.
Hello, Emma, darling. How are you? Happy Monday. Big hugs to you too, darling. I'm just having a look at Strange Antiquities because I loved Strange Horticulture so much. I'm just checking out the demo. There's still not a release date for it, but I think it's one of the games I'm most excited for this year. About Missy, Jess. Or about something else. I'm sorry about your dog, by the way. I'm sorry about your family dog. Do you feel that you fell into a trap with your sister? She said something she knew would wind you up and you completely fell into it and gave her what she was needed, gave her what she wanted, when actually, if you'd stayed calm, it wouldn't have annoyed you so much. Because I know that my brother does that. My brother knows how to press my buttons and will sometimes say something and then I get cross with myself for rising to it. Right, so we've got new pages for the book, new reference information, and sometimes we find new items, sometimes it's new reference information, and you just go around until everything is labelled and all of your customers are happy. But it's got a lovely puzzle element to it, mystery element to it, as well as the actual puzzles. Dark shadows hide dark deeds, or so my father used to say. The nights are drawing in. Seems like the shadows have grown darker since he passed 2 winters gone. I'm sorry for your loss. A creeping dark has set in upon my house. I'm told a shadow hold will draw it out. Okay, so we'll find out what a shadow hold is. A shadow hold, or oshadic vessel, is a container of some kind, sometimes a jar, a bottle, or a box. It can be used to contain an oshadic spirit, the manifestation known as creeping dark, pulling it from the shadows like poison from a wound. They are decorated with an elaborate design called a shadow catcher, so some sort of Celtic knot type design, which could be a bottle, a jar, or a box. So let's examine this. That looks exactly the same pattern. I'm happy that it's this. And this too is made of clay. This is a carving in the clay. And it smells pungent. But I don't pick up any psychic energy. So we're going to give it to him. This item is a container of some kind, and the design sketched on the bottle is the same as the sketch. Marvellous. And now it's correctly labelled. He discovered he can't use a companion voucher for his trip to Canada. And you reminded him that he used one on his own for his trip to LA last year. And he called me callous. I am so sorry. I do not understand. I don't understand what you mean, Jess. You mean he tried to spend a voucher that he'd already spent? Or it wasn't valid? Why would that make you callous? Why would pointing that out make you callous? Oh, oh, that's very easily done, actually. That, isn't it, Jess? When you find something funny situationally and people think that you're mocking them, that's so easily done. So don't feel bad about that. I'm so sorry, Jess. Should I know what a companion voucher is? A sun bond is small and lightweight, designed to be carried discreetly, made of a non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone of light. No, I shouldn't. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, darling, but I am sympathetic nonetheless. And I'm sorry it's been a stressful weekend. You know, it's like what I nearly said. I nearly fell into the trap. I nearly said Aunt Family.
I know, right, Flim?
Oh my God, what's that noise? What, can you guys hear that? Why did Nova's Twitch just start up? That's so weird.
Older cousin. Whoa, okay.
What is going on with my background windows? Actually, Twitch might have just crashed. Has Twitch crashed? Because it's just crashed for me. How bizarre. Okay, seem to be back. Hang on. My session on my Twitch says an hour and 8 minutes. I've only been online for 35. Okay, there's something very weird going on here. We're going to ignore it and pretend it's not happening. Okay. So, carved with a stone in it, made to look like the sun potentially. It could be that thing, or it could be the stone in wood, but it did say it was made of metal, but does that have any metal element to it? Dark wood. Let's see if this one here is made of a metal. Bronze. Now, if we've got the 3-color labeling system, oh, perfect. So when you get something right, it's going to automatically label it with a yellow label. The system that I used on horticulture was I used purple for educated guesses that weren't confirmed, and it's given us even more colors of label for that system and different shapes of label, but I don't think that's going to be particularly helpful, to be fair. And you can also label them with icons. Okay, well, that's interesting. So I'm going to stick with my system from before. Everything that I label grey, blue, whatever colour you want to call that, is a guess. So I'm just going to quickly go back to the book, look at the new entry that we just got that was a sun bond. Small, lightweight, designed to be carried discreetly, made of a non-precious metal, housing a gemstone of light. In which case it's not that, because I didn't see a gemstone. Is there anything in the middle there, a gemstone? No. Gemstone of orange. Actual gold and wood? It said a non-precious metal. Because I'm not sure, it's going to be blue. There we go. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to label it with a preliminary. When you spend money on an Amex, if you spend enough, you get a British Airways companion voucher to use. Yes, I knew that. I didn't realise that's what it was called. Right. You can either use it to bring someone on a trip or you can use it to upgrade your seat. He had one on his account and he used it last year when he upgraded his seat. Right. He's going to Canada this year and he wanted to use another one, which you agreed to, because presumably you're agreeing to it because it's a shared Amex, right, from when you were together. So your points accumulated together. But I forgot that you have to have the card holder on the flight to use it, and that's me. So he can't use it. Yesterday he says he feels hard done by, and I reminded him how he used one on his own last year. And he said, I'm sure I wouldn't have been as callous as you are and would have given you half of it. That's fucking cheeky. So he denied using it. And because you won't give him all of your air miles, you're being harsh? Oh my God. Jess, that is so fucking rude and petty. Oh, Lisa, I'm so glad you're just chiming in. Yeah. Yeah, exactly that, Lisa. What a dick. I think that's appalling. Well, Jess, don't let him tell you that you're being mean because you aren't. Especially if he has actually already used some miles on something last year. I think that's really unpleasant. I'm so sorry. So you said, yes, I also feel hard done by because I left tons of stuff in the house that I paid for. Yes, as is always the case with shared facilities when you part. And he said, well, you weighed that up when you left me. Jess, this is vile behaviour. And then he didn't reply when you said that. Sweetheart, I am so sorry. I don't want you to take any of that in. I want you to go for a walk and pretend it never happened because it was all untruths and the fake things that he's been telling himself in his head. Everything he's said and described you as and called you is him telling stories in his head. It's not based on fact. It's certainly not based on you and your behaviour. And I know I tell you I love you all the time, Jess, and I think you're wonderful, and I know that over time it probably means a little bit less. So I hope he does realise later what he's really said. I hope he apologises. But also, I don't want you to be hanging on waiting for an apology in case it doesn't come. Which is fine because you're no longer together. You don't expect one, okay. But I do want him to, even if you don't think it's expected. I want him to realise what he said later on. Because words have meaning, words have power. He's told people awful things about me, so he probably believes himself now. Yes. people with their narrative that they come out looking better in. You tell that story enough times and it becomes your truth because you want to forget that you're lying, you know? Like someone else we've spoken about in our lives very recently again. You tell yourself lies. That's rough. If you hadn't said anything, you'd be the bad one for not speaking up. Actually, Lisa, that's so true. If you hadn't pointed it out, that would have been your fault too. I'm going to take a walk, you know? I'm going to take a walk because I'm angry and my back hurts. So I'm just going to go and rage something in the garden and then I'll be back. Don't ever be sorry, Jess. Don't ever be sorry. And I always want this space to be used for anything that you guys need, as much as me sharing what I love and what I'm passionate and angry and fired up about. Thank you for trusting us enough in the space to share with us. But I am sorry that that's how your weekend's been. I am sorry. Right, I'm going to go power walk around the garden. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Right, I think we're ready for our next customer. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being so open with me. I always appreciate it. What's with all these ravens flying about Undermere today? I can't remember ever seeing anything like it. It's the same postman from the previous game. Not a good day to be the sort who believes in dark omens. I've got a letter for you. Okay. Oh, and that's automatic now. I don't have to physically open the letter. That's cool. We discovered some papers in the hidden desk drawer in the boat yard last night. Mr. Jones almost threw them in the fire pit, but I asked to take a look at them first. The man does like to burn things. They look old. Maybe there's nothing of much use here, but I thought of you when I came across an entry on the shin. Okay. Where is it then? We discovered some papers. They look old. So where are they? They're not here. Maybe he'll bring them in later? I think we need to archive that for later. Julia Braddock. Oh, Jupiter, we meet again. Yes, our little cat's called Jupiter. Our paths crossed last night on Princess Street. We shared a moment before he slunk off into the dark. On important business, no doubt. Cat on a mission. I wonder if you can help me. I'm visiting my grandmother later and want to bring her something. She lives all alone on the edge of town on Clanbrook Road, and I don't always manage to get out there as often as I'd like. She lives in the same village, and you can't go and visit her more often. Lazy fuck. I thought maybe a moon heart would bring her some comfort. Okay, so we're going to look up the moon heart. We haven't got an entry for it in the book, so we're going to have to look through here. And have I got a moon heart logged? Yes, I have. It's one of the Selenic totems. So these carved totems, known as moon hearts, can be imbued with sentiment or feeling, such as love or joy, and then held tightly to recall that feeling. Right. Now, I think it is this one. Made of stone and a fossilized creature. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh dear. Well, these I would say are the totems, though. Does it have anything about... Does it have a moon on it? That is a moon, isn't it? That's made to look like a moon. It's polished. A warm, overcome, loving emotion, which is what you want from a Selenic totem. Yes, that's right. This is a carved totem. An owl is associated with the night. It bears a concealed crescent shape. I spotted all of that by myself. Yay! Yay! Brilliant. Evocant. Let these stone items weigh the same as a man's heart, according to popular myth. The truth is a little less dramatic, but the weight of these items is nevertheless important and should not stray more than a hair from being precisely 1 pound. Right, so that's why we've got the scales. They're placed on the chest of those in a coma to draw them out. And they're stone items. Okay. Stone items that weigh no more than a pound. Question is, I think that's half a pound, isn't it? It says. There we go, 1. I'm going to leave that there to remind me. Leave that there to remind me. The behaviour of these ravens is disturbing, to say the least. As a rule, they only come together to feed, and ravens are omnivores. Carrion eaters mainly, but They'll take anything they can get their talons into, and they'll kill if necessary. I didn't plan on dropping in today, but there's something happening out there, and I'd like to know what. A voice of Synonus may help put me at ease, or it might do the opposite. Voice of Synonus? The name Voice of Synonus is used to refer to any bronze talk that has certain imbued properties. With skills, such an item can be used to read the patterns of nature that are otherwise hidden to us. Synonus is a pagan god of forest and nature, typically depicted as a man with the antlers of a stag and often wearing or holding a talk. Now, wearing or holding a talk. I don't know what a talk is, clearly. Is it this belt thing? Is it that upside down moon emblem? Oh, no, it's not. It's that. Which is this item here. It's like a reverse choker thing. Perfect, yes. This item is made of bronze. Oh, that I could have examined it to find out it was made of bronze. A similar looking item appears around the neck of the Synonus in the sketch. This is a fantastic demo. It's showing you exactly, the premise of the game, how it works, just like Strange Horticulture, but with items. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I'll be sad that it's just a demo. There are some who stay away from spirit eyes, believing them to be a window into the... I have a lot of spirit eyes. If they're what I think they are. I think they're a type of stone that look like an eye because it's agate. 2 different colours of agate. Others who deride their fear as nothing more than superstition. It is not clear exactly what they do show beneath the layer of the visible world, perhaps. The layer requires something more than traditional senses to experience. They draw their power from the opposing symbols inscribed upon them. Oh, they've got symbols on them. Maybe it's not the kind of spirit eye that I'm thinking of. Interesting. Made from what, though? But they've got inscription. It might be another kind of totem, maybe? That one's got ideas on it. Have you seen that this eye thing keeps following us around the room, which is kind of cool? Right, close, end day. The black mare thundered through the icy rain, shining wet in the silver moonlight. Her cloaked rider was exhausted, cold, and soaked to the bone. He knew he would not survive the night if he didn't reach Backburrow. So these are our main story points, the kind of meanwhile story points. Please don't be the end of the demo. I'll be really sad. Ooh. That's an interesting mechanic to change into the next day. Interesting. And bizarre. It's a card. An escaped prisoner ran northwest. He hid me in the first building he came to. Okay, so I think this is a guidance on the map, if I'm right. And this will be something that we can find in the world. An escaped prisoner. So presumably look for the prison, go northwest, and stop at the first building you come to. Day 2. Oh, and here is our desk. And now we can see everything that's in the shop above us on this sliding bar. Cool. And we work at the table. So, what I need is the map. Where am I going to find the map? And what am I meant to be doing? It's not telling me what to click. I've unlocked these characters. I have growing fear inside me. I cannot let it take hold. What does that mean? Oh, that's when you make a mistake. You have 4 chances to rectify the mistake. The same as it was in the last game. Right, now we're just going to open stuff. Right. So we've got the explore function. Presume we've got the Undermere map. Brilliant. We've got some interesting... We've got some sort of pin. Which presumably... Oh, it's okay. A couple of them. Oh, and a different pendant. That's made of iron and bronze. It's sharp. And it's a dark item. So we're going to put them away somewhere sensible in the shop. Let's just choose to put them here for now. And then we'll move them. Oh, they're both pendants. Interesting. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to open these drawers and see what's in here. Not Scooby. Not a Scooby. Oh! Interesting. So there is another clue here for another activity. And another book for the journal. All thalamic objects produce a field of sorts. Although invisible to the naked eye, they can be observed by placing an object over a thalamic lens. Right, this is going to be our power or our second sight that reveals more about information we have. A dionic field pattern. These fields are not fully understood despite attempts to study them over the years. Right, that's information about the power that we'll get later on. Why is my headset dead when I charged it just before stream? Have I broken yet another headset? That'll piss me off. Let's go back to this one then. Sorry, bear with me just a second. No, it won't connect. There we go. Right, I've stored a couple of items in the cellar of the wine merchant next door. Okay, so we need to find ourselves on the map first. I can't use the... Oh, I can. I'm holding it instead. I can use the zoom function. Perfect. Okay. So let's do the prisoner first. This card here. Escaped prisoner ran northwest. Hid in the first building he came to. So where is the prison, I ask? Quarry? Oh, here we go. Prison. Isn't on the list, so it must just be written on here somewhere. Not that I can bloody see it. Well, this is a great start, Sarah. Well, the prison wouldn't be in the middle of town, would it? Yeah, I definitely can't see it labelled or in the list. And Strange Antiquities is number 29 on the map. So here. And the wine merchant next door. Could be either of those. Right, okay, let's go use the explore function. Let's see how specific it is. Oh, so it could be either side. You can pull this out again to maximize the size again. I've stored a couple of items in the cellar of the wine merchant next door. Again, it could be either side. I don't know which side it is. I'll go with the corner first. This was a mistake. Great. Terrific. So, other side then. There we go. The proprietor, Mrs. Cranmore, begrudgingly grants me access to the cellar when I explain I'm from Strange Antiquities next door. Yes, well, take the lot of them out of here, would you? Can't say no to Eli after all he's done for me, but I don't like the thought of those unnaturals in my cellar. Okay, so we've got those items back. So we've got another pendant, another totem, and some sort of potion. So this has done a great job of introducing all of the key mechanics that I'm already familiar with from the previous game, which is nice. Bottles and jars, totems. Verona, hello. Well, that's just perfect. Undermere fizzing with fear over these ravens, and the Thaumaturge has left his apprentice in charge. Sorry, my dear, that was rude. Pay no attention to me. I'm an old lady who's got out the wrong side of bed. These ravens have got under my skin, that's all. Verona Green is the local expert in witchcraft, and she is a consultant for the local cult. Please do let Eli know that I was looking for him next time you see him, and pass on my thanks for letting me borrow his copy of Hermetic Symbology. Thank you very much. Now we've got Hermetic Symbology. Oh my god. Have I told you all how much I adore runes and sigils? Oh my god, this is so cool. Love it. Love it, love it. I knew this was going to be my game. I knew this was going to be my game. Hi, Tess. I feel paralysed. I have no job, no partner, no friends, no prospects. I heard a horned shackle might be the answer. Contents, horned shackle. Horned shackles are used to bring about change in one's life, bestowing the ability to overcome personal demons. In use, the horns are rubbed between one's fingers, causing them to become worn smooth over the years. They can be worn as pendants, but are more commonly totems of some kind. Here is an elaborate horned shackle. Okay. So, it could be the ram's head thing. But the ram's head isn't made of horn, I don't think. Or is it? No, it's bronze. Okay, not that then. Have we seen anything or picked up, examined anything? What about this? bone with the symbol on it. Perfect. Let's go with that. I reckon it's that. Fuck. Fuck. Can be worn as pendants, but more commonly totems. What about that thing we just got? What's this? I don't think it's that. Would anyone describe that as a totem? No, it's clay. This is clay. And that's rough, not rubbed smooth from being handled. I'll be really pissed if it is the ram. Maybe it's not telling me what the material is after all. And because I don't know the material, it's just something with horns, like the ram. No, it's not. Good, good. Well, I'm glad it's not. Because I'd be pissed. Okay. This is bone. That's rough, not smooth. The other thing in this game is that you might not have the item if you haven't done all of the map stuff. So let's bear that in mind, shall we? Because we didn't find the prison. I need to put that piece of paper in the archive. How do I access the archive from here? Oh, it's over here. There we go. Okay. Escaped prisoner ran northwest. Hid in the first building he came to. Where would have a prisoner escaped from? Oh, 10, the old jail. It's number 10 on here. I just can't read, clearly. And stopped at the first building he came to, so it's 10 northwest. Now, I'll be really interested to see if this gives us the item to give to the girls straight away. Bollocks! I'm about to get a game over from mistakes. Oh, because it's northwest and I just did northeast. I'm an idiot. It's the long and short of it. I'm an idiot. The dilapidated warehouse is dark and imposing, and the struggling flame of my lantern does little to pierce its depths. I slowly search through its contents with a sense of despair, wondering if I am even in the right place at all, when suddenly and unexpectedly I uncover something of value. More relieved than elated, I take the trinket back to the shop for further study and a warm drink. Well, that looks like what we're looking for, doesn't it? Maybe? No. It doesn't. Okay, well, I'm going to use the hint function because I'm a little confused. Unless it's saying that these are actually a horn. I don't want to get that. No, okay. Okay, I've only got one life left. Oh, for fuck's sake. That is the clue you're going to give me? That's the only... Fuck's sake. It's not that either. Deep fear has taken root and I must break the hold it has over me. So this is what happens when you get a game over. And it's some sort of game. Click a segment of the seal and bank the dice to break it. Okay. What? So I'm keeping that. I'm rolling again. Click that. Click one of the butterflies. Bank. That was probably a mistake. Stars can be any matching symbol. Okay, so let's hold those two and now try to get the snakes. And you run out of lives, presumably, if you keep rolling the crosses. There we go. Interesting. That's an interesting little mechanic. So you don't lose progress, you just lose your time, but actually it's a fun thing to do anyway. So the horned shackle is not that thing with horns, not this thing with horns, not that thing with horns, and that is not a horn. I hope that was helpful to everybody. The clue it just gave me was it has horns. And I haven't found a key for that. And I still haven't found the thing to put that in there. And there wasn't another drawer, I don't think. No other drawer. And no other direction either. What is that? Still don't know what that is. Right. Is there a second hint or is there only one hint? I realise that I'm looking for an item that has horns. Oh my god, is it just going to be a really simple... No. What? Okay. A vestiger can be used to prevent the spread of disease and pestilence. Among other oddities, flames turn a pale blue colour in their presence. Prevent the spread of disease, as in like a liquid, or as in like an amulet, or it doesn't even tell me what type of thing it is. That's not very helpful. At least the weather's looking a little better out there today. Thank you for the post. You might be interested to hear that my plough overturned a strange-looking object yesterday. Come to the farm and it's yours for the right price, of course. John Royston. Okay. So let's come to the farm. Greywick Farm. Is there a different farm? Royston Farm. There we go. 30. Down here. John grins as I struggle to hide my obvious interest in the item he shows me. Any hope he might not be fully aware of its value quickly evaporates. After a lengthy negotiation, I reluctantly hand over the amount he originally asked for. Right, so my bartering is shite. Okay, good to know. And it's... Oh, it is. It's like a raven amulet. Okay. I want an Ossic ring. Oseek. That's a pleasing word to hold on the tongue. Somewhat macabre object, originally made as offerings to the goddess Caution, but the practice fell out of favour as belief waned. They're hard to come across now and occasionally sought out for their ability to keep vermin at bay. Some say they can hear the unearthly hiss when they hold up an Ossic ring to their ring, as in just a circle, or ring as in worn on the finger. So and that's what Caution looks like. So I want an item that hisses. Soft Serpent's Whisper. There we go. Oh. Made of bone, this item satisfies the description of macabre. Closer inspection confirms that a hissing noise can indeed be heard. Right, we've got information on Holgan Grimm. These eerie creatures are worn by priests of Holgar in various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for his protection, Wolfsong's truth to seek his judgment, path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. The sacrament. Okay. As in, is that a book of instruction, maybe? Daisy. A friend of mine, or former friend I should say, has been stealing jewellery from me. 3 necklaces have gone missing over the past few weeks, including the one that was a gift from my late grandmother. Do you have a suitable pendant that I could leave lying out, for her to find, that will teach her a lesson and make sure it never happens again? Okay, I will need to make a choice here. There are no wrong answers, but my decision will no doubt change the effects in motion outside my shop. Right. So either a binding seed or a Zaya. So let's look here. Binding seed. Items made of 2 distinct materials representing Wentic and Wixic, the mind and the body. The winding path, the mind, described as a spiral encompassing the body, a seed, in the form of punishment that amplifies feelings of guilt and shame. So that's why that's one of the suggestions. And the other one, worn around the neck to place them close to the heart. Innocent looking items instill a sense of fear and paranoia. Can be difficult to remove, right? I would prefer to inflict guilt on someone than actual fear. So made of any material except wood or clay. They typically have no symbol or writings on their surface. Okay, so I want to go with the other one, a binding seed. I might actually not have choice. I might only have one of these things in stock. It doesn't say, it says 2 distinct materials, but doesn't say what they are. It just says that it has to be 2. So could it be that stone encapsulated in wood, or bronze and iron, all metal but different? And it said it can't be wood. Oh, it said it can't be wood or clay. So it's not that one. No, the other one couldn't be wood or clay and had no markings on it. A larger-than-life binding seed is the picture. So could it be that thing here? No, she wanted a pendant. Focus, Sarah, focus. This one? Yay! The item is made of two materials, wood and stone. It features a spiral round a seed. Generic charms of protection have little to offer that skilled thaumaturge... Oh, no. Generic charms of protection have little to offer the skilled thaumaturge, but can have some small effect. An oshadic spirit or wandering shroud will not abide them, for example. Such charms make use of the art of symbology, an ancient, and some would say primitive, component of thaumaturgy. Don't know how to say it. They can be made from a variety of materials, though rarely precious metals. A shielding charm. Okay. That could be a shielding charm, couldn't it? Put that in as a preliminary label. They found a man just now, in that house where all them ravens were. I wish I hadn't seen, but I did. He was sheet white, but it was his eyes that are going to give me nightmares. All black they were. It was like they weren't there anymore. I don't need to wait around for another sign. Okay, so there's been a murder again. I'm taking my family to Sedberg, and I'll be taking Libula to see us safely through. Okay, Libula. Libula purported. I've never even heard that word before. I've never used that word before. Rumoured to offer reassurance at times of upheaval and change, but they are not held in high regard by most scholars of the occult. That being said, an imbuement of wisdom shows that Libula is not merely decorative. There is power in symbology, as the old thaumaturgists knew well. So it's something that just has symbols on it. Symbols of protection. Could it be that totem thing that just has stuff painted on it, maybe? I'm going to try this. No. Something that just has symbols on it. That's more about the gemstones, isn't it? That's elemental representation, isn't it? With those colours. Why am I not thinking it's a pendant? I'm assuming it's not. does not. It says what they're for, but it doesn't say what it is. Just something with symbols on it. Okay, what is the hint for this one? Oh. Really? So it will have an imbuement of wisdom on it. So I'm looking for an item with that shape on it. Is that what it means? Oh, okay, that's really clever. This item bears the symbol of wisdom. I thought it meant looking at it using the symbol of wisdom. You can see that it was good for change. I didn't realize it actually meant wisdom was the symbol it wanted on it, right? Witch's fingers are said to be the severed digits of the Witch of Undermere. It'll be one of these things, right? Possible of inflicting intense pain, but the goal is supposed to be purification of the body, the most unpleasant experience, but a last resort that has cured some and finished off others. The severed digits of the Witch of Undermere. Okay, so I'm just going to look at this. I'm going to put this blue. Okay. Thank you for playing the Strange Antiquities demo. There's a lot more to uncover in the final version, more gameplay elements to discover that we won't spoil for you here. More secrets to unearth, and there's a sinister plot involving dark deities, dark articles, the meddlesome priest that would lead to one of the several unique endings. Perfect, it's already on my wish list. I really enjoyed that. I think that was really cool. And I'm really looking forward to it coming out. I think that's a delightful little game. Awesome. Right. Question is, what do we do now? Do we go back to Symphonia, or do we